Welcome back to Saga of Three Kings. This is session number 30, entitled Law of Death. Last session, the group wandered through the second level of the basement. They dealt with some strange matters, to be sure, and they eventually ended up at a point where there is a descending staircase that led to a massive double door. The double door had a entity floating in front of it that floated through the door as they dealt with some zombies that were trying to push them back into a room where a large statue with a blade and two dragon statues were slashing and breathing fire respectively at them as demons, imp statues sang weird songs to send them mentally back to the entrance to have it all done to them again. But they managed to defeat the nonsense and have made it to here. Um, Leon comes out of a crawl space, hops up on the elk, and seems to have something in a bundle. And he says, "I'm going to take a look at this, you guys. I'm not here right now as a character or a player, so I'm just going to hang out back here for now." And Beldrug will do likewise.
I jump on the elk.
They're just going to basically be written out of the story for now. So, if you
Just leave them back in that little crack in the wall.
yeah, they're just gonna hang out over here and check out this knife that I had, and we'll deal with that later, I guess.
Sounded cool.
Yeah,
I had a cool. Yeah, wacky new dagger.
double doors. Double doors.
Boy, that sucks because we wanted Leon to approach those. Weren't they ruined?
So this door does not have any runic symbols.
Okay.
It was the one with the pond, the lake, or the little kneeling water pool in front of it. Had the runes around it.
And Water King is standing here, and the other two are skeletal next to him.
Correct.
We walked through the walking door. We knelt at the kneeling door. So we need two of you to be skeletons right now.
I'm on it.
Cool. Rip somebody's skin
just-
off.
This is a tough decision.
Benson, go ahead and make a intelligence, religion, or arcana check. Your choice. DC is different for both, and the results will lead to something different based on what you get, or which one you choose, rather.
Results may vary.
I'm probably going to go Arcana,
Okay.
just because I'm good at it.
It is your wheelhouse. Yep, that makes sense.
22.
All right. So you understand that the nature of these doors seems to interpret the signage. Basically, interprets how the doors function. The first door had a very specific kind of notation to the level as to which the room might fill up very quickly. You would also note that the second door had basically the instruction manual as to how one might enter. This one appears to have the same. And looking at it, you can tell that it seems that this door is basically barring anyone who is not living from entering it, and anyone who is living has access to it. As you are in the kingdom of the Water King at this moment, the door seems to be beckoning for the living to enter, and
Okay.
non-living to not.
I let them know that we, as long as we are considered the living, that we should be fine to go through. It seems to be the
Brock
way of
looks
it.
looks back at Shambles and kind of gives a squint eye, like he's not really sure.
You can see
He's
Benson.
alive.
You can see Benson doing the calculations, and he understands that the Undaunted are living beings. So,
Yeah.
I've never felt more alive in my life. I'll do
I
a
didn't kill a
backflip
guy.
right now.
yeah, name another person who can do a marathon across the entire country in a day. I keep increasing the distance and reducing the time it takes. I don't know why that keeps happening, but anyways, yeah. So the door seems that it does have just a kind of pushing mechanism. Doesn't appear to have any.
Okay. So the weird thing here is only the living can open this door, but only the not living can see the judge. Alright, nobody cares.
It's worth trying.
I'm gonna check out the door.
Okay.
No, not locked.
When you push it, there is a bit of a restraint to the door, but it does eventually push open. But you can feel a certain resistance to you as you try to open the door.
You've died.
Not as much as
I
you
bet
know.
it weighs like 3 times as much for me.
I want to go up and lightly just kind of tap the door.
Door swings like it was a bar, like a Western bar like door. It just wheel.
Dude's been holding out on us.
I'm actually a barbarian.
And the more attentive of you will actually kind of become a bit alarmed at what you see beyond the doors. As you can see into the room, it looks like it's an exact replica or duplicate of the foyer, the first entry point in the structure that you're in.
Room 2.
Now,
Oh, okay.
at current, the token is showing. I will point that out. So some of you with larger light fields might be able to see something standing there. I will tell you that the room looks pretty much identical to the upstairs room. You'd be surprised if it was the same. It definitely does feel like it's off kilter though, in that it's like directionally different. But the only person who can see the individual standing at the position of power in this courtroom would be Raya.
Just like the last room, this also has the balcony that or goes up along the left and right sides of the building, top and bottom.
Absolutely. As you kind of approach and kind of enter into the room, looks like Raya is the first to move up in that general direction. You would note that there don't appear to be doors on the sides up of the balcony areas. It looks like those are not present. Those are something that was removed from this.
Those were fun doors.
Audience only.
Yeah, you'd also note too that the pillars that you're walking past are different, and you're trying to remember the ones from before, but it's more the markings are different. There's just something that's identifiably different. It's the same style of markings. They are Meridian runic symbols, but they are different markings. I guess the best way to describe it.
Before we go and... Oh, nope, not that one. Everybody, no, I didn't punch anyone. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's important.
Okay. Kind of centers himself and then kind of steps up behind Raya as Raya ascends the wooden steps. You see the judge kind of turn and look at you, and everyone in the room hears the following. You have entered the courtroom of the Contemptor. You have broken rules in this place, and yet you come to this place to receive your judgment without being escorted here.
What rules have we broken? No reply.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have them written down.
Sorry.
So
I
we're
didn't know
clear.
if you can't hear me if I'm not in the circle or if it was.
We all
just
hear the voice,
impossible.
but only Raya sees the figure.
You converse, yeah, you can hear the voice, but you can't see the figure. Only person who can see him would be Raya. And even to you, it's not full. It's not the full visage. It's kind of more of like a. It's almost like a predator outline. If that reference gets.
Nice.
He
Going
says.
full auto.
He says, "You've spoken to the condemned. You have attempted to free the condemned. You have moved beyond and through the Guardians. You have conversed with rebels. You have spared rebels. You have attempted to dismantle the zones of truth in the courtroom of Decorumati Ottinger."
That one I don't remember doing.
The rest of these are sounding very familiar.
Yeah. It probably did those other
Like
things.
guilty.
Hey, don't say that word.
We're looking for an easy sentence.
You have removed delicate evidence in an ongoing case outside of this court, and it has been removed from its place. How do you plead? Sorry, is what I wanted to say.
Give me a G.
Oh, I don't know. Obsidiah said we can come in here. All we've done is defend ourselves so far. If we've broken any laws, sorry. We didn't know.
Sorry, I apologize. My notes got mixed up. It should have been Decorumati Obsidiah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I put Odinger, but
What Decorumati? What is that exactly?
That's the name of the first judge we met.
you can make a
Okay.
history check if you have history trained to understand what a Decorumati is.
I think it's a word for judge.
It is basically a word for judge, but Chody, you would know that a Decorumati is not just a judge. It is also a judge in a council who specifically observes the necessity for etiquette and decorum held in court, and is the one who rules on matters therein.
Can I recall historically how the most proper way to act in a courtroom of whatever time period I feel this man's from, etiquette wise?
You're not sure. This is definitely a very old styling, but it's not too dissimilar from those that would be held in the capital. Basically, he has placed upon you charges. He is a contemptor, and what that means is when someone does not observe the rules of a court or a courthouse or a center of law, a magistrate's bastion, if you will, then he is the one who judges upon that. And it seems that he has basically held you in contempt of this place for the reasons he's outlined.
So
Well-
for the other players, do we know what delicate evidence we might have removed?
Someone was moving a knife around in the room back in the other way, but yeah.
Like etiquette of where to sit or anything like that, if I see somewhere, or a style to prostrate yourself in or whatever, I would want to try to follow that as closely as possible from what I would think would be appropriate.
Since you are currently the ones being held to contempt of court and being tried in this way, the place for you would be the circle of the condemned, which would be the circle on the center of the room in between the two zone of truth spheres. You know, stepping into that place will basically make it so the spell zone of truth will be cast upon you. You can attempt to resist it, but it will be known if you attempt to resist the spell.
Zone of truth is just you can't lie, right?
Correct.
Can we leave the zone when we want to?
If you're going to step into it and try and hold decorum with the court, then it probably would be looked upon poorly if you were to step outside of the circle.
Okay. Can we just take a moment before we, like, just out of character, to sort of figure this out? So we spoke to Condemned and we conversed with rebels, right? Is that what he's saying?
Correct.
We attempted to free Condemned. We attempted to spare rebels. Do we know who they are?
Yeah, the people on the torture table. All the cells that Zach opened and let the people run upstairs.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that one. I thought you were talking about the
witch
Also,
lady?
probably the zombies in the hallway that refused to act and blocked themselves in.
They were nice.
They were to us. But
Yes,
they're probably breaking the rules.
Since they passed on, though, their sentence has been carried out. So
They broke the law of existing as they.
Now, they may be rebelling against the judges themselves, although they did say the judges are the ones who order the food under their control.
It's all important things to consider before we walk into that zone of truth.
We need to make the case that we need to make the case that what we're doing here is more important than this, and I'm not sure we'll be able to do it, but maybe we can try.
Real quick, it sounds like you guys are kind of sliding a little bit, and I can see why the confusion is there, but I want to make sure it's cleared up before we move on, because we know how confusion can go with this game. I want to make sure you accurately get what I'm trying to lay out, because I think it should be precise. So that said, who do you think the rebels are?
The zombies
either
and
the
the
zombies,
people we left out.
Yeah, or the ghosts that were in the cells that nobody could see but me.
So, okay, the ghosts in the cells would be accurate. Okay, as you would know, rebels are typically held, rebels of order or rebels of a society are typically held in that way and tortured to try and get more of
Information.
from who they were. Yeah. Now, who do you think the condemned were?
What did we do against the condemned?
You consorted with them and you attempted to free them.
Attempts to free them.
The ghost witch.
Is that the ghost
lady.
that
Yeah.
possessed me?
Correct.
I guess I was a getaway vehicle. Good joke.
We put her back.
So he said attempted. He didn't say succeeded.
What else we got?
Attempted to dismantle the zone of truth.
Yeah.
Remove delicate evidence in an ongoing case.
Correct.
Who messed with the zone of truth? Joe?
Pretty sure it was Joe.
Well, if you think about it,
Had to be Joe or Chody.
if you think about it, there was mention of destruction of the zone of truth while you were in the court. No action was taken upon it, but there was conversation about destroying it, and it was spoken aloud from character to character.
So it was conspiracy.
Yeah, man, we
to
didn't do
destroy
nothing.
the zone of truth. There was not an attempt.
The judge, if you do say that aloud, says we will move the charge to conspiracy to destroy.
Please. And I thank you, sir.
What did you say the last one was, Andy?
Remove delicate evidence in an ongoing case, and that's apparently the knife.
That twisty dagger Zach took.
No, it's
It's either mine or Kevin's.
Kevin's knife.
Okay. Not an axe. Cleaver.
Butcher's cleaver, yeah.
Which technically has been removed. They're still in there. I mean, they're tampering with evidence.
They took it out.
They
Of
have
the
not
room.
yet removed evidence.
They took it out of the room.
Okay. Could have left them in there, but I'm here to say no.
Yeah.
You forced that crime on us.
I didn't force anything on you. He would have came out of that room eventually.
Fuck it.
Actually, he did say he dropped it, so I'll go ahead and remove that charge. I mean, I guess I never asked
We
him
were set up.
what his opinion was on that. I did kind of force that.
He
But
did pick it up and drop it.
he did drop it. We'll say it's left in there, and he goes back out to talk to Beldrick about it. That's fine. We'll just leave it there. That last charge would not have been placed.
All in the circle.
Are we all going in? Or is it just you? Speaking the truth for all of us.
Do what
I
you
want all of you to consider this.
I'll go in there too, and I would like to say, all right, so we've sat here for 2 seconds, didn't really go into anything, and you've already dropped 2 charges. I think these charges are flimsy.
Rock, let's get up there and tell the truth.
So,
Yeah.
May I approach the bench?
so
Hard no, bud.
real quick, okay. Just real quick. Regarding the first charge, conversing with the condemned, how do you plead?
Which were the condemned?
The witch, the ghost that possessed me. I plead guilty. I did speak with her. I had no idea who she was or that she was condemned, but it is true that I did speak with her.
You see a skeletal hand kind of manifest above and kind of point at you, and then point to Raya. And those are the only 2 that he points at. The hand points at. You can see the form kind of moving. It's connected to the hand. And he says, you 2 were the ones that were conversing with the condemned.
Because she forcibly possessed us?
He doesn't really say anything in response to that. But your recollection is he did only possess the 2 of you.
We had no conversation with her. She took us by surprise and took our own bodies away from us. If a crime has been committed, I believe it would be on her part.
She possessed you too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For less time, but yeah.
Yeah. She was in there for a bit.
Chody, you can see that the judge hasn't replied to Raya's statement, which seems accusational and accusatory in defense. It's more of a this person, and so thinking on that and how the accusation's been laid out, Shambles has already pled guilty. So you're pretty sure that based on that, even though, he might have wanted to go with a different plea, that exchange is over. It sounds like Raya is attempting to deliberate, but it doesn't sound like he's doing so in a fashion that's eliciting a response.
Not guilty.
And your plea of not guilty has been cited. For your plea of guilty, 1 decade will be shorn from your soul.
But he's immortal.
I would like to ask for these rebels that we were accused of talking to.
You are
How
not
much?
accused of speaking to rebels. You are accused of speaking to condemned.
All right. How much longer was there condemned? How much longer did they have?
I do not
Because
understand the question.
to me, it seems that they have served their sentence. They have already lost this mortal coil. So, is it not that the court was going too far and continuing their punishment when it's not needed? I mean,
He's punishing souls, not bodies.
I know. Shush. I'm going by mine.
Listen, I know Core a little bit.
As Contemptor, I must explain to you, a member of the material plane and the living, that your understanding of the rules is skewed as to the rules that are present at current. The condemned is a statement on the soul. The soul is condemned. It has come to this place, and upon its arrival, the Council of Five placed a burden upon it. The lodestone. It cannot leave this place so long as it's bound to that. These two individuals consorted with the condemned. And the lot of you attempted to free it. And you think about it for a second, and you can kind of understand his meaning. Consort means possessed by or held, and attempted to free it might mean one of two things. Attempted to kill it, freeing it of its binding, or attempting to free it by everyone who touched the lodestone.
I guess my question is, should the person that trips and drops a candle and burns down a house be charged with arson?
You are not
It was an
currently
accident.
being charged with arson.
I
You're being
understand,
charged
but
with consorting with the condemned.
I understand,
I
but we're
apologize.
being
You are being charged for attempting to free the condemned. These two are being charged with consorting with the condemned.
I see, but I just feel that there's a little bit of a heavy hand for someone who did not know that they were going against these laws.
Ignorance is not absolution of committing a crime.
Oh, by no means, but aren't there usually a leniency or a strike system to where, I mean, there are some means for forgiveness and for grace.
Judgment by
I
this
guess
court is
that's what I
handled in
thought.
gradients. The individual who's been charged after pleading guilty was charged lightly. The individual who has pleaded not guilty will be required to explain himself in time. At the moment, I am hearing opening arguments. Are you currently standing for this one?
Who did he point to?
Right.
Nope.
Raya?
I stand for myself.
Then silence. And he looks to Raya. His opening argument has been absolved from the record of this court. I would like for you to explain your attempts, your consorting with the condemned.
I did not choose to consort with your condemned. The condemned possessed my body. I took no action to try to do anything with the ghost, condemned rather, sorry. Other than try to free my own friend here as a form of defense, as Obzadiah said we were permitted to do within these walls.
Willingness is not a necessity for consorting. As the charge stands, do you agree that you consorted with the condemned? Yes or no? Despite willingness or unwillingness?
I refuse to accept that.
We will place to evidence, and you can see that a ghostial figure appears of you kind of standing against a wall. You seem to be surrounded by ghostly figures, and you can kind of recognize the actions that are being taken while you were possessed. It looks like you are stabbing one of your friends in the back. I forget which one you were butchering at the time, but it seems to be a relapse of that moment, and then the figments kind of vanish. Did you take these actions willingly?
No.
You took these actions while you were consorting with the condemned, correct?
Those actions were taken by the condemned in possession of my person.
Your statement is an acknowledgement that you were consorting with the condemned. Your opening argument has been heard by this court, with the understanding that you consorted with the condemned in an unwilling fashion. You will be you'll be punished with 1 decade from your soul as well.
I was using it anyway.
On the second charge, all of you who stand here,
Those are the winter years.
all of you who stand here are accused of the second charge, attempting to free the condemned. How do you plead? I will hear from the initial plaintiffs first, or defendants first. You, gestures to the robot.
And again, attempting to free the condemned was trying to destroy the ghost and or trying to free the ghost, or free a friend from possession.
Benson understands it that way. You may not, unless he is telling you.
May I ask the judge? Like, sir, could you forgive me? I'm not familiar with the law of this land. Would you please put it out in layman's term? What is this charge?
Your attempt to free the condemned was taken initially upon your first consortment with the condemned in picking up the lodestone and holding it. Your second was when the condemned was consorting with your associate, and you combated your associate.
Though unfortunately, it was in self-defense, I will plead guilty. That is what had happened to me.
An understanding. You claim that this action was taken in self-defense. Is that correct?
If I may, sir, I saw a rock. I picked that rock up. I then unwillingly consorted with the condemned, and then unknowingly attempted to free the condemned. That is what happened. If you so find me guilty, that is
to be sure, to understand
to the letter what happened.
To understand your argument. After consorting with the condemned, your attempt to free the condemned was not taken in an attempt to free the condemned, but to defend yourself from possible reconsortation or demise in your own part. Is that accurate?
In my part and in the part of my associates here. That is correct.
They will speak for themselves, but for you, as I understand it, this action was taken in self-defense. No additional punishment will be attained for this charge. And you, gestures to Raya.
Not guilty.
For the same purpose as your first argument, or for the same argument as granted by your associate? Self-defense.
I never consorted with this condemned, so therefore I could not have attempted to free them.
You're going to ghost jail.
You stand in contempt of court by not adhering to the first charge being ruled upon and being placed as a guilty verdict upon your head. Moving forward, if you wish to remain sentient during this conversation, I would advise that you understand the ruling of the court and hold it as fact. That said, did you knowingly attempt to free the condemned, or was the action taken in self-defense?
At no point would I knowingly attempt to free anything in this building.
I will take your statement as an acknowledgement of an attempt to defend oneself. The second charge will be dropped. And of you, the halfling.
I was acting in self-defense and preservation of an innocent man, as you have just ruled him to be innocent of self-defense. I was trying to protect my friend.
As you were not consorting, and you seem to not understand the nature of the condemned, I will allow for your charges to be dropped as well. And of you, Grok.
Grok says, does this court uphold the law, or does it uphold justice?
This court upholds the court.
I also plead guilty, but I basically want to do what Benson did,
Yep.
because I was,
He accepts that. Ropes does the same, kind of looking at Raya, and then looking up to the ghost. All right. And then I only had one charge that was actually remaining, the freeing of the rebels, right? Because the knife thing was BS, because I totally tried to... I had anticipated someone taking the knife out of there, but since I skipped over it because certain parties aren't present, we'll go ahead and move on to the last charge, the freeing of the rebels.
Pretty sure this is also mostly me and Ryan.
Yeah.
And for anybody. Oh no, wait.
Yeah, you did. You started it.
So for this,
You started it.
For this charge, he looks to you two and shows you a demonstration. Basically, another ghostial visage appears before you, and you can see the moments where you're opening up the cells and allowing out the individuals, or untrapping the tortured individual and letting them out. Your plea?
No, yeah, I did that one.
Guilty.
Your punishment will be taken as the matter of the court. For your attempt to free them, they will be held to a longer standard of punishment. They will be changed from rebels to condemned. The ritual will be observed and handled, initially by Dekuramati of Zodiah. Magistrate Amadon will finalize the ritual and place them to their stones.
Please. Who is the magistrate?
Magistrate Amadon is one of the judges of Ashiriad.
One of the 5?
Correct.
Oh. I was unaware you had different titles. Thank you for the clarification.
Of course.
Obzadiah Amadon, and this guy was... I'm sorry?
This is Mezrod.
Mezrod. M-E-Z-R-O-D?
Correct. And then A-M-I...
You've mentioned his name already. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mezrod looks to you all. If there are no closing arguments to be made...
I feel like there should be...
In what regard?
Very well. At the tenure of your existence, upon your death, 1 decade will be placed before you and your afterlife, whatever that might be. He slams his hand. You can see the kind of outline of his hand, Raya, kind of slam down, and you can hear a loud kind of clack, like a loud knocking sound. So this court has ruled. Court is dismissed. And the figure turns and kind of moves away from the podium.
Does it move with the podium, or is it leaving the room?
It seems to kind of move towards the back door and kind of stop.
If there's a door there, we can't see it. It's cut off in the map.
Oh,
No, I could see it.
Yeah.
I see a half square right there.
yeah.
The whole column is just half squares.
Yeah, it's weird.
Zoom make it a bigger
Yeah, zoom out
percentage.
or zoom in.
Zoom in, yeah.
So,
Question?
Yep.
Now that court's over, no?
You hear Mezrod kind of shuffle. You can hear creaking on the wood. You may ask,
You're the one that places the orders with the inn back in town?
I do not. Matters and affairs outside of this court are either handled by Magistrate Amadon or Legislator Afshar.
I see. The zombies we ran into, they were pretty sure it was you that was placing the orders. Just clarification.
Understandable. My name and Obzadiah's names are the most known names outside of this place, as we are the forward-facing individuals for this court. However, behind the scenes, the legislator, the magistrate, and to a lesser degree the conservator handle the dealings within and the arrangements outside of this court.
I see. And why is it that fresh food needs to be brought in?
The individuals who have made their homes here require sustenance, as they did in life.
So the undead are eating the food?
Correct. He steps back forward and stops to look at you. It is not my place to explain to the living the matters of the dead, but some ghosts, some remnants are considered hungry dead. A hungry deceased only remains here due to the base pleasures, instincts, and drives of the living remaining among them. It is assumed that if they are allowed to lead their lives in comfort, with necessary sustenance, that they will have a more fruitful and sentient afterlife.
Interesting.
When the court requires a jury, we call upon those who reside here.
And the three judges we have yet to meet, what are their responsibilities?
Legislator Afshar's responsibilities are ensuring that new drafts of all laws handled through court proceedings are drafted and made present for all the rest remaining of the council. The legislator also takes all court filings and documents them. Additionally, the legislator, Afshar, also presides over important court sessions and will document every word stated in such sessions. The magistrate is the enforcer of the law. If laws are broken to a degree that it is required that enforcement is performed, the magistrate Amadon will perform necessary duties, securing, punishing, and performing rites which are required for the execution of the punishments. Conservator Viarda is the keeper of the court. Conservator Viarda makes sure that all condemned circles circles of the condemned are maintained. It was Conservator Viarda who was concerned regarding your initial charge of the destruction of the zones of truth in Obzadiah's courtroom. However, conspiracy to do something in this court is not held as a punishable offense.
Anybody else got anything?
Those are the three that were missing.
Your Honor, is there a means to reduce a sentence?
Are you asking for leniency from this court?
No, sir. Merely asking for examples. Has such a thing happened in the past?
If favors are performed for the council, and services are rendered for the council, leniency can be issued.
Are there such services available?
At current, the council
Services required?
At current, the judges of Ashiriad have only one desire and goal.
If I may pry, sir.
The destruction, ultimately, of the Magier of the tower.
That's what we're here for.
Oh, yeah, we came here to do that, pretty much.
If you can provide evidence that this has been done to this court, your sentences may be waived.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. That's what we're after. So do you want that, like, here?
What's that
Evidence
one
brought
guy's name?
to this,
I'm
to
pretty
this
sure
court?
we can take him to any judge.
Any of the council will be able to receive the proof of this demise.
Very good.
That
I
one
don't
judge is
remember
supposed to
his
help us, right?
He's not a judge, is
Or
he?
the one guy.
The champion, man.
Yeah, the champion.
Who do you speak of?
I don't...
I have it. Hold on.
This might be another law broken, guys.
We're not in court right now.
Yes, we are.
He adjourned.
Yeah, it's done. This is just
All
some
right.
room.
We're just standing in a courtroom
And
in
I
front of a
was gonna
judge
say-
in a magical circle of telling the
And
truth.
I was going to say, technically, we can't lie right now because...
Well, you don't have to answer. You can withhold, or you can speak the truth. Yeah, you are standing on the circle.
we don't remember the guy's name. So, but it was
No,
some
wait.
dude.
Andy does.
Seemed like a real tough guy. Really wanted to get that mage ear.
Very well. I will see to it that if
The brave holy knight.
are you saying that?
No, I'm not. That's not
If I
it.
could remember his name, I would say.
Oh, Sir Keegan. I got it, Sir Keegan.
Keegan.
I would say that.
Okay. Okay. Mesrod kind of turns his attention back to you and becomes manifest for everyone to see. And he looks to you and he says, "Did you open
There's
this?
that boy.
Did you open the seal on Sir Keegan's tomb?" You're in the zone of truth, so you'll know if you're right.
Yes, we did.
I opened it.
But we put it back. We put it back.
Sir Keegan offered to help us to
Hold on, 'cause
defeat
this
the
is important.
Magier.
Let him finish talking. Because apparently he doesn't know we did it, which means there are parts of this place
Okay.
you can't see.
Yeah, he's not
Very
obvious.
true.
Ah,
He looks to you and he
he
says,
just says ghost puppetry.
"The council will have to convene regarding this matter. The seal was broken.
The
And
seal has been replaced upon his request.
the seal has been reformed."
Sure, upon Sir Keegan's request, yes.
Very good. Then,
He made us aware of the dangers of him being free, and that he can only be free once the magistrate is found.
as
Mage ear.
would be anticipated of a most high soldier of the Church of Atavius.
Yeah, seemed like a cool dude.
He seemed nice.
Very good.
Very serious.
Very good. The council will not need to convene on this if the seal was reformed. However, I will be sending forward a survey. You see him kind of lift his head up and become ghostial again. And then you hear him say something in a language you don't know. The only word that you get out of it that you recognize as a word that you're familiar with is Amadon. Your presumption is that he is talking to the magistrate Amadon in some way. The ghostial figure then continues to move back towards the door.
Is there any way you could give us sort of directions to
He
the
stops
next judge?
and kind of looks.
This place is a mess.
His eyes would be rolling if he had it.
He says to you.
It was a doozy to get down here, man.
The sock is just rotating.
He says to you, Obzadiah resides in the entrance hall courtroom, known as the main court. Mesrod resides in the undercourt.
It's you.
Correct.
Third person reference, bro.
Viarda resides in the base of the tower's courtroom. Afshar resides in the Western Wings courtroom, and Magistrate Amadon resides in the Eastern Wings courtroom.
These are wings of the tower proper, I'm assuming.
Wings of
Wings
the
of the
building.
Tower being in the center. Wings being left and
Oh, that's right. I forgot there were
The magistrate
portions.
and the legislator do not receive guests. Their courtrooms are temporally locked, similar in kind to this courtroom. There are a number of physical and magical manifestations that are set in place to make it impossible or very difficult for one to enter these courts, as I'm sure you are well aware.
There are a couple of hurdles along the way, sure.
If you wish to leave this court and return back to the main courtroom, you can exit by means of this doorway. And he gestures to the door he's about to walk through.
Is there anything behind the door with the lever on it? Does he know that?
What door with the lever?
In the room that fills with liquid.
He says, what door with the lever?
A grand candle and a lever. The room fills with liquid. There's a wall of force. What lies beyond the other wall of force?
I do
Are
not.
these questions you can answer?
I do not know much of the layout outside of this place. I understand what is made aware to me. I do not understand the room of which you speak.
Picture.
He will,
It's a real doozy of a room.
You seem like you like to be aware of things. I want to make you aware.
as you kind of pull out the paper and start to doodle, he's gonna go ahead and make the final few steps to the door.
Oh, he's got places to be, huh?
This guy's a dick.
Contemptor Mesrod? No good.
Eating up his
Decorum
precious
Body
schedule of
Obadiah?
skulking alone in one room for eternity.
He's in the basement. He's the least cool judge.
Yeah, for sure. We get that now.
Notice.
Obadiah, pretty cool. This guy,
Not so
Yeah.
cool.
let's go.
Alright. Just
So-
all follow the judge.
Yeah, you can exit back the way you came, or you can.
Hell with that.
There's a door left we didn't see if anybody cares. All right, we're jumping the thing.
All right. So if that's the case, then you exit through this door and you enter into a room very similar to this, but in a different position.
The little side halls that were
You
Magic Super Mario World.
you will basically be coming out through the northern door, which was behind Obadiah and would be the entrance to the Mazier's Tower. However, this is a little bit different than the Magic Mario rooms. When you enter into the hall, you enter into a gray room that's filled with kind of a mistiness to it. After a couple of seconds, the door will shut of its own accord. And then the door will open, and the door will open to the same courtroom. However, it is, again, different and a bit off. For you, Raya, this is a very awkward experience because the mist, you realize, is not just mist. It's souls. It's the stuff of souls that seems to be lingering present in this place. It is,
We're all just taking big, deep breaths.
it is
Dude, I
the,
just lost 10 years off of mine. Yeah, I'm going to eat theirs.
it is the matter of the plane of shadow.
Good for your sinus. Or so I'm told. By those with sinus.
Of which I am not one.
One of these
Yeah.
days.
He sentenced two immortal people to lose 10 years of their soul.
You're immortal?
No, he's
I'm an elf.
I don't know enough.
Close enough. Average lifespan is like 700 years or something.
Right.
Like you're gonna use it all.
Exactly. Using the soul. What do I care?
The last 10 years are the worst.
I think he takes the first 10, Zach.
Well, if you remember the way he said it, it's not your living soul that he cares about. In your afterlife, 10 years.
Yeah, you spend 10 years in here, then you pass on.
Yeah.
Like, I give a fuck.
It does sound kind of shitty what they were doing to those ghosts.
If we go hang out with those zombie guys, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, if we're one of them, sure.
What's
But
that silver thing moving around the room? To the door?
Maybe.
something happened to this map.
Yeah, I copied it and it got messed up.
Those doors are mimics. Don't touch those.
Also, we can
see everything. Yep, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Because you've been here before. So it's perfectly fine. But yeah,
is Obsidiah here?
Obsidiah does kind of tangibly appear to be present, but seems to be kind of not easily distracted away from his desk. If you attempt to...
He's busy.
Yeah, if you attempt
we're gonna leave him alone.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
You
like
don't need a token.
People further ahead.
He was nice to us. He could carry on his good way.
Alright, somebody pick a direction. Let's get out of here.
North, I think, is the answer anymore.
Well, that's the tower, if we want to go straight to boss fight.
Well, if we wanted to go east or west, the doors on the balconies just looped around. Is that not correct?
It's 100% correct.
So we have to go north into the tower, and then the rest of the place opens up on the east and west, I'm assuming.
Hey, Chad, remember that time I told you not to steal that robe?
What?
The time I told you not to steal that robe out of the room over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saved 10 years of your soul.
Appreciate it. It's a really good robe, though.
I'm sure it was. They were definitely going to fuck you on that.
You're pretty sure that the punishment would probably have been longer, but yeah.
Yeah, if you wore his robe into his court, yeah.
Straight up impersonating the judge.
Really?
So the door...
No,
this is
you're
mine.
out of order.
Once everyone's out of that door, it does shut, by the way. So you are standing out there and...
Yeah, you said it goes behind us.
Talking, yep. Just making sure that you are aware
Shooting
of
shit, making fun of Benson.
Pretty
He
good.
wanted to wear a robe that was 4 sizes too big into that guy's courtroom.
We'll get him a powdered wig. It'll be great.
Not guilty!
I'm a barrister!
Alright, let's go north. That's the only door, apparently.
You open the doors, and it opens into a very large granite hall. Yeah, much different than the weird, misty chamber you were in before. You can see that
cool.
it does appear to have a very Meridian and conglomeratian style. It's 2 massive stone staircases inside of a circular chamber. There are a number of metal, I'm trying to think of the word, sconces is the word I want, but the fire that would be inside of them is instead floating above them, and you can see that in the center of those fires are skulls, not too dissimilar from the floating fiery skulls that blocked the passage that you didn't go through down in the basement.
The ghost. The guy that wouldn't talk to me.
Yeah, they kind of float there. This does look similar to the courtroom in question, except that it does not seem to have a zone of truth grid like the other ones do. There is a circle in the center, which would be the circle of the condemned. But based on what you were told, the individual who resides here is the conservator. So it's probably not too common for them to have to hold court. They don't...
Especially since he's just running around telling everybody anyway.
Sure. They don't appear to be present. There doesn't appear to be ghostly figures or lurking around or anything. The 2 staircases look like they go up to a landing, and directly above you there's a staircase that kind of shoots up to whatever level is about 30 or so feet above you.
Yeah, so cool chair. Upstairs, guys?
I guess so. Yep. I typically favor left. I'm going to go left. Gracia.
As you kind of start to make your way up, you see the skulls kind of float up, and their color changes from bright orange to dense green. And as they do so, you see that they all start launching volleys of fire towards you. 1 second while I get them on the board.
Yay.
Hardly seems fair.
Oh, those guys. Okay.
Those guys.
And they start moving like this across the screen. If anybody gets the reference, I'll give you inspiration.
Can you show me again?
They start moving how?
Like the
Castlevania.
flying,
Castlevania is correct inspiration for that guy.
let's say the flying fish in Mario.
Medusa's do it too. But yeah.
Inspiration.
I thought they were supposed to be bubbles.
Fire rays.
Anyway, everybody shout self-defense. We do not need more of these citations.
Fuck it, bring it. Just kill the dude upstairs. We're getting out of here anyway.
All right. So first attack is against. There's 4 attacks, so 4 targets. I'm gonna go with 1 on Ropes, 1 on Raya, 1 on Shambles is a little quick, so Benson and Grok. First attack is against Ropes, a miss. Our second attack is against Raya, is a hit, dealing 10 fire damage. Third attack is against Benson, which is a hit.
I'll take half.
He has Uncanny Dodge. Or Raya has Uncanny Dodge, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Dodge has
Sorry.
that one too.
Ropes got something
Evasion.
new, by the way. 7 on Benson.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shield.
Oh, what's your AC with Shield?
It's +5. So
17.
17.
Okay. So that attack will miss, actually. So good use of the shield there. And then the other attack against Grok is a 24 to hit. So
I'm gonna absorb elements on that.
Okay. It's going to be a total of 12, so you're going to have it to 6. And you currently will be dealing an additional d6 fire damage on your next attack.
Ropes' new thing is sneak attack, right?
It should be, yeah. I knew I added something on there. The next thing he's getting is cunning action.
Okay.
He isn't technically a rogue. He's actually a brigand, which is, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, they are hovering about 15 feet off the ground in their positions. The staircase at right where those ones are, they're just above the. Those ones are actually 25 feet up, and they're just above the railing.
Are we in initiative or no?
We are going to go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Hey. I did good for once.
Good job.
All right. Shambles, you're up first.
This guy at the northernmost area, is he like floating above the stairs or is he down below them?
Okay, so one more time, I'll explain it. So
Thank you.
the ones on the northern end near the throne are 25 feet off of ground level and are just above the railings at where they're kind of floating, right?
Okay.
And then the ones at ground level are 15 feet off of the ground, just like 5 feet outside of their sconces. So they're 15 feet off ground.
My best bet is to handle this one. So I'm going to step up to the railing, cry out self-defense, and let's just give Wacky New Dagger a try.
Why can you
20
roll
to
your
hit?
hits?
It was D4 plus 7, yeah. Okay. 10 damage and unarmed strike. 16 total. 22 total.
As you're hitting it, teeth are flying out. The red glowing eyes inside are kind of like jiggling around inside of the dark spaces of the eye sockets, and it's kind of being whacked around in the air. Yeah, it's done. Grok, you're up.
Yep, Grok is going to reach out and touch Benson.
Okay. Protection from energy.
Yeah,
Fire, I presume.
right, of course. And then he's going to step in.
All right. Chody.
I will be casting Chill Touch on this one.
Okay,
26.
that'll work. Damage.
That's a crit, so 11 plus 15.
You can watch as the hand grasps the skull and kind of crushes it down. It falls to the ground in pieces, Um, yep. That it?
I'm gonna move up some as well, just behind
Benson. Or
up there.
Shambles. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this one.
Oh, mine died too? Or did he kill...
That's the one
he
he
killed
shot.
the one I was near.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one he shot at.
I crushed his head.
This one kind of
You did good.
zooms down, diagonally down to that position. Once it arrives there, you can see its head kind of like snap, turn, and then its mouth opens up, and a ball of flame flies out of its mouth, flies under the railings into the steps area near Benson, and detonates. I need Grok, Benson, and Shambles to make a dexterity saving throw.
4.
50.
10.
All right, DC on that is going to be
More than 4?
13.
Okay, more than 4. Got it.
All right. On a failure, you take 10 points of fire damage. On a success, you take 20 points of fire damage as a fireball detonates in that space.
You got that backwards.
Backwards. Could I use my
Strike that, reverse it.
Could I use my reaction to do another?
Yeah, your reaction refreshes at the start of your turn. You're good.
Okay, so we're gonna do Reserve Elements again.
Okay.
So protection against flame,
Yeah, you take
Yeah,
half
you
of
have
whatever
resistance.
you're normally taking.
half.
Mhm.
So you
So
still take
10.
just 10.
So, Grok, you
That
will
is handy.
absorb elements again on this. So this will be resistance, and you failed your saving throw, so you're just taking 10. But I need you to make a concentration saving throw.
Okay.
So absorb
God damn
elements
it.
will fall off as the buffer of flame kind of and then kind of dissipates because Grok kind of loses as spell goes on it. Meanwhile, on the other side, this one does the exact same thing, kind of flying towards the center of the room, turns its attention towards Raya and Ropes. The two of you need to make dexterity saving throws as well. Success.
14 for us.
Success. So the two of you, this is a slightly more potent one. You
I evade it.
You evade it, you take none. Ropes will take half, which will be 19. Yeah, I rolled really bad on the first one.
Yeah, really could have set extra 111 experience.
Let's see.
This close to evasion.
This one will fly to this position here, and then up into this position here. It seems to just kind of zoom down and up into the area. It seems to move to kind of defend the passageway. Once it arrives there, it will cast a spell. I need the two at the top of the steps there to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. Success.
19.
7.
Failure. Shambles, you'll take 6 points, and Jody, you'll take 12 points as you see a manifest hand of fire come out of the mouth and burst out the burning hand spell into your faces. All right.
How you holding up there, champ?
I got 1.
Oh,
Right.
point?
Yep.
You're up. The skulls on ground level are now just kind of floating about 5 feet off the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna just pop over the rail and walk over to the circle.
Okay.
Anything happen when I enter the circle?
No.
Good try.
Then I'll step up to this one and I'll slap it in the face.
Hit. So this is an undead, so that'll be a total of
23.
Yeah. Rocks it quite handedly. Oh, this is a piercing weapon. I will have that. Yeah, it seems to be resistant to the piercing part, but the holy that detonates when it gets stabbed does seem to have an effect on it. Like, it looks like lancing it's not going to do much because of the nature of the skeleton, but as
So you have the 9, but you took 14.
I have the
13.
9 and I took the 14. That's what I'm trying to say, yeah. Rose is up.
Just clarify.
I was also concerned. I didn't want to say anything. Sorry.
I was going to say it like 3 more times. Yeah, that was all except for the last one hit. So yeah, again, having the damage on this one, it doesn't look like he's doing his regular bit. And then sneak attack is an auto added into it.
Slashing is halved also?
Oh, he's using a... Okay, that's right. So, then, yeah, he's...
oh, you have the dagger.
Yeah.
So, okay, the dagger missed anyway.
Okay, no, yeah, those all work. So 16, and then go ahead and roll me 2d6, or sneak attack, right. I don't remember his.
He just has a 7 static, or
okay.
2d6.
Well, it's 2d6. I should have added it into the attack mechanic, but I didn't.
8 more.
All right. So Zadok kind of like ping, and then pshing, and then Ropes kind of rushes in and knocks it down into the ground like baseball swings straight down, kind of smashes into the ground. Ryan, make a perception check, and I'm making one for Ropes because it's NPC non-combat stuff.
27.
Yeah, he fails. So you notice that the bones, as they hit the ground, kind of stop for a second, and just like a blink of an eye, if you turned away, you wouldn't have noticed it. You see that the bones start kind of moving towards the other parts. So the skull broke, and like the jaw kind of flew off that way, teeth kind of flew off that way, and they all kind of start moving towards the center again.
We should probably leave.
Shambles.
I'm gonna get this door open. Wacky dagger. I should probably step a little closer to him.
What? Whatcha?
Oh, and 2 attacks can be wacky dagger. 13.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the damage.
Yeah, 13 hits. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, it is having the damage on these.
10 is a miss, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
This was slashing, wasn't it?
This is the sacrificial knife. Yeah, that's right.
I never got the name of it.
Yes.
I just made wacky new dagger.
Yeah, the crisp.
I'll burn a point and give it another kick. Wow. I won't.
So stab, or slash, and then punch.
I do the can under him for a couple seconds. Yeah, exactly that.
Got it. All right, Grok, you are up.
Yeah, Grok is going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get right there, and I'll smack the one that Shambles missed.
Hit it twice.
16 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 bludgeoning.
Good stuff.
That's it.
All right. Chody?
I am going to fire or chill touch this guy.
Which one?
The one right in front of me. The one at the
Fighting.
stairs.
Okay.
Focus fire. 27. Ooh, yes.
Roll that crit damage.
3 and 12.
All right. Yeah, same thing. Kind of grab it and throw it down with the chilled hand. It drops to the ground, breaks in pieces. Grok and Shambles and Benson, you can all make perception checks.
12.
21.
Grok,
Man, you were just high and low today, Jody.
You see what I explained to Jeremy.
Right.
Do you announce that aloud?
I absolutely do. Is it possible? Is it a free action to like kick the bones away?
What do you say specifically?
They're reforming. Separate the bones.
All right, Benson, I'll give you a free Arcana check on that one as he says it, or a Religion check, your choice.
25.
More than enough. Your presumption is based on as it's kind of moving and kind of being kicked at by Grok. Grok's not really having an effect on it. It seems that they seem to move a bit faster towards it if they get knocked away. But based on the way it's kind of moving to itself and kind of reforming, you think it's going to take at most an hour, at minimum 10 minutes for it to reform the skull. It's not doing it quickly.
Yeah, I let them know that it is something to worry about, but we have time. It will take time for it to come back together.
Do you want to stay in your current position or move up the staircase? Their staircase, it doesn't show it on this map because this map is 3-dimensional. It does have a landing where Grok is standing next to, and a staircase that goes up over the top portion there. If you want to move up.
I would like to at least move up for cover from the other one that's still there.
Okay.
So
I'm going to move you onto a different map. Okay. Bear with me here.
And boss fight, I'm alone. Let's go.
If anyone could do it, it's you.
This might give you some illumination as to what I was trying to explain to you. You'll still be able to see the bottom stairs. Do you see the bottom stairs?
Yes, sir.
So imagine they're still there. They're not, though. Do you want to stay at your current position? Because the skull can still kind of see where you're at in this three-dimensional space. You can move up a bit if you want. It does look like there's some weird statues and alcoves up ahead. But yeah, that's probably...
I'm gonna move up to where at least I'm out of line of sight, to where basically taking cover since I'm hurting.
Okay.
I'm kind of hunkering down.
All right.
I'm putting my character in defense mode.
We're going to snap back to Cool Kid Town. The flaming skull that remains, you see it kind of isolate towards Ropes and Raya and kind of look in that direction and then turn its attention back up to the stairs. It throws out of its mouth another gob of fire that detonates right about adjacent to Shambles. Based on your current positioning and your movement, you will be out of range for this fireball, Benson, so good movement on that one. Just real close. But whoosh, I need Grok and Shambles, so go ahead and give me dexterity saving throws.
13 and a 15.
Both will be successes, so you'll be taking half. And that is my last casting of fireball from this flaming skull.
Good.
It's going to be 19 for half. The half is 19. The total would have been 38.
Wow.
Yeah, my first was
That would have
really
been
bad.
devastating.
My first one was really bad. Alright. Raya, it looks like that skull is remaining in its position, is currently serving as battery fire. What do you want to do?
I'm undecided. F it. 26 to hit.
That'll work. So half the 7 and the 11 is good. Alright, Ropes. Both attacks will hit. All 3 attacks will hit. So 9 plus 7 is 16. 16 plus 2. So 18.
Half of 5.
Does he only sneak on one attack or is it on all 3?
1. He's just like you, yeah.
Plus 6.
Okay. That'll be enough to break it. The last attack kind of comes in with a dagger, and he kind of catches it in the eye, and he kind of it shakes it, and it kind of causes the ridge of this to snap, and like the rest of the bone kind of just falls to the ground with a loud break. But you can see that it starts to kind of pull towards itself. All right. We're going to go ahead and drop out of initiative. You have plenty of time. What would you like to do immediately after the combat? Starting with... Oh, you start to move up the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go ahead and...
I don't see a broom, so yeah.
If only I had my real body.
Right. Just put you on your pitchfork.
No, I just take my glove off.
You're not this mess.
Oh, we should have tried to rest somewhere.
Why?
That statue room beat us up.
So you come up and around, and you can see that Benson is kind of grabbing a hold of the rail, kind of getting his way up there, and a lot of you kind of come around the way there. You can see that there are statues to the northern portion up ahead, and some big chairs.
How many?
There are a total of 6.
6.
I wish we had a 6th person.
There are a total of 5 statues.
Who do they look like?
Each one looks pretty similar to one another. The one in the middle appears to be some sort of knight. His look on the interior appears to be an Osirian man. The knight is wielding a massive longsword. Basically, it's a hand and a half sword. And to his left and to his right are two very similar looking individuals in kind of courtly robes. They have pretty much the same face as this individual in the center, statue-wise. One is holding a book and a quill. The other one is holding a gavel and a what appears to be a three-headed whip, which is a ceremonial item for judges in Osiria. The far left and far right, one is holding several books, and that's the one on the right, and the one on the left is holding a torch in one hand and an orb in the other. The chairs all have markings on them that seem to designate the person who would be sitting in them. These are written in Old Osirian, which uses the same base alphabet as the common tongue, but they're easy enough to translate because they're like, it's like Latin to English, but they're like words that the root for English came from Latin anyways. You'd be able to tell that on the far left of your screen would be the Decoromati's seat. The one next to that would be the conservator. The one in the middle would be the magistrate. The one with the pen and the quill would be the legislator. And the one next to that kind of, it seems that the statues are to the right of the throne that they would hold to. And then the last throne, which is the one that kind of is awkward, it's Magier.
Oh, the traitor dickbag.
This one over here on the far right is Magier, without a statue.
Without a statue.
It's a traitor and a dick. Alright, let's go upstairs.
Somebody who's able to should totally pee on that chair.
On it.
Okay. If you look around the room, you will note that there is a small alcove near the Magier's seat that does appear to have a spiral staircase that leads up. As you kind of move towards it, you hear a rumbling from the statue in the center, the one that's in armor. And you hear a voice kind of ring through the hall, a voice you haven't heard that says, "Halt!"
I halt.
Okay.
Does it sound like Keegan's voice?
It does not.
We're halted.
There's usually more.
Oh, that's it. Just this
Extra halt.
and you stop.
Yeah.
Step in the circle, see if he says anything.
Nothing. It does look like it shifted position, though.
How so?
It looks like it stepped forward and has lowered the sword from kind of a point down, sword down, to kind of dropping it down as if it was getting ready to spin it upwards into a martial position.
That's in.
I would definitely be hanging back. I would look, but I would be very, very cautious.
Yeah, I'll stand in front of him.
Kind of
We seek the Magier, right?
looks down to his arms, which are kind of still kind of like red and tender.
Singed.
And like, yeah, there's a couple of parts where like it's starting to pustule up from like the burns, and you're like, I don't want to touch them because they'll pop. Oh, it hurts. Everything hurts.
Yep. It is definitely that feeling.
Figure out what I want. I'm going to go upstairs.
If you start to go up
The
the stairs,
voice came from the statue?
Yep. If he
I don't
starts,
start to go up there. I want to go up the stairs. Figure out what he wants.
You said it was coming from the statue? The center one?
correct.
Put a chair in front of him so he trips.
Whoa!
Got him.
Hello?
Doesn't seem to be conversational. You are talking to a stone statue.
Well, I'm a stone metal man. So.
I would do an Arcana. It's probably a stone golem, I'm guessing.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
15.
The markings on this one are strange. They're definitely Meridian. They do have a strange patterning to them. You don't think that this is a golem. You think that this becomes something else. If whatever is the rune markings and spell markings trigger is triggered, it'll cause this to become something else.
Is there any way I can think of to find out what the trigger would be? I'm guessing past a certain point.
Stairs. Are there markings on the stairs?
There's this chair that belongs to him.
Make an investigation check on the steps.
15.
No, doesn't look like it that you can see.
Vincent, would you like to come check the steps? Because it's just a statue right now, but somehow it knows I got here.
If you want to make
It's
an
gotta
investigation
investigate.
check, yeah, you can attempt it.
22.
Not on the floor, not on the steps. It seems that the portal that leads into the stairwell is kind of covered with very tiny markings that are not too dissimilar from the ones on the statue.
Are they marked with... Does it look like they're etched, or does it look like they're
Etched
just
into
marked?
the stone.
I put my hand across it.
Halt.
Does anybody have
Here.
shaped stone?
Don't do that. Don't. That looks bad. Don't do that. Okay, that's better.
There he is. It's a high.
Oh my god.
He's giving you a slap.
It looked bad. It looked like he was doing something else.
What's it doing?
It says halt. If you don't halt and continue wiggling your hand, it continues moving the blade up to its position. The second it gets it into a Osirian or Aetan martial stance, you watch the blade manifest into a physical and metal blade. You then watch the armor that was on the thing become metal as well.
Then I pull my hand out.
And the statue inside becomes purple and then red light. It then steps down from the dais and seems to be trained and focused in towards Raya.
I would like to move away from Raya.
Yeah, I'm just going to be a spider and go up these stairs.
Are you going up the stairs?
Yeah, I walk through the portal.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and go to initiative.
I'm a
Oh
spider.
boy. Yeah, there goes the good ones.
Yeah, don't roll them. It doesn't have the thing open yet.
I think it'll work.
It never does.
I hope it'll work.
I don't think it does.
I got
Hey, it worked!
It worked!
You look stupid.
With the one time.
All right. It's gonna go on that.
I don't even see it.
It's on 6.
Wow, we all
Grok, you
Yeah.
are the fastest.
we all crushed it.
I guess slow and steady wins the race.
Lose inspiration.
What's that? Where was
What
that?
the crap?
That wasn't there
Hello.
before. There was not a statue of. Oh, that's Grok. I get it.
That's Grok now.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
you turn into a massive snake.
You guys are all great.
Nobody
I
mentioned
do.
the snake statue.
And I'm gonna ready an action to attack anything that attacks one of my allies within range.
All right.
He's a slippery snake.
Raya, you are wanting... Oh, sorry, Shambles. No, Raya, it is Raya. Do you want to go up the stairs more?
Yeah, I spider my way up.
Alright, I'm going to be moving you to a different board. Hold on.
I whistle at ropes.
So it would have been 5, 10, 15 to get to there. And 20 to get to there. Alright. And then...
I'm at 35.
Well, I'm not going to
Oh, okay.
force you to move different places. You see the room? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You can see that the room appears to be circular, much smaller in shape. There's a massive door on the far side. The staircase continues to wind upward. So it's a spiral staircase that does not end here. There's more floors above. It looks like this...
I'm level with the floor right now.
Yeah. That's why I stopped you there. It does look like this is some sort of bed chamber. There's a massive, very ornate rug on the ground. Very beautiful. There's a flame burning in a hearth to the north. You can hear it crackling. 2 treasure chests, or possibly just lockers, present in this chamber, and a very robust and very nicely made master bed in the southern portion of the room. Oh, also, you'd be able to see the outline of what appears to be another ghost shield figure. This one does not look like one of the judges, though. This one looks more maleficent. Kind of just standing in the center of the room.
How tall is the ceiling in here?
Ceiling in this is only about 10 feet high.
It'd still be on the wall.
Okay.
I will ready an action to attack that thing if it moves adjacent to me.
All right. Shambles back down to the other floor. And I did.
So are we supposed to fight this thing without you?
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
pissed it off. You pissed
I
it
asked
off.
you guys what to do, and nobody did anything, so yeah, I fucking left.
What a cool guy you are. You're our favorite guy.
Always was.
What are you doing?
Really want to let it follow you.
Let
Cool.
it. Come fight this ghost for me.
No.
What
we'll probably
ghost?
die here. Fuck you, man. Gotta fight this thing.
Okay.
We're just going magic hands.
All right.
Put the knife away.
That'll hit. It is immune.
I'm sure. Go ahead.
It's immune to critical hits. Go ahead with the rest of that. 13 misses. 11 misses.
13 misses.
Yeah, give me damage on the...
I'm gonna try for stunning strike. I'm sure it's not gonna help me.
Okay. Go ahead and... Let me double check conditions. It's immune to the condition. It'll take... half damage. Alright. You come up, run
I'm gonna...
at it, and kind of slam your fist into its base. It kind of causes the helmet to turn to the side a little bit, and the red light to kind of glow a bit more brightly, and then the head kind of snaps back. You punch it again, it just stops. You punch it again, it just stops. You come in with the 4th attack, you punch it again, it just stops. Your fist basically... The first one... Click, ding, 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 and nothing.
Super.
Ropes.
Rope me up the stairs.
Okay, that'll be easier.
Yeah, I can't see both paths, but I whistled for him to follow me. And that's what he's doing.
Sure.
Put him in the same space as me. He'll take the same thing. He'll ready an action to attack that if it moves adjacent.
Yeah.
But in a threatening manner.
I'm going to put him behind you, but I know that you're both on top of each other.
Good.
All right. Chody.
Tell me about it.
You can move behind the snake.
You can.
Yep.
That's a good thinking.
Yep, I am.
Put a saddle on that.
It's big enough I'd allow you to hide behind it as well if you wanted to.
You
take
can
Or
hide.
rather,
You can
I am
Red
hiding.
snake.
All right, go ahead and make a hide check.
100%
Or-
hiding
Yeah, stealth check.
with advantage with a 13 maybe because the snake's big.
No. But you will
Or-
note you kind of do that and you kind of look down at the railing and you can see that the flaming skulls have all the pieces have kind of pooled into the same squares. By the way. All right. The creature will, unconcerned with shambles, just fly, and it literally lifts off the ground and just kind of hovers. If you're familiar with Chrono Trigger, it just kind of levitates across the ground, its feet just a couple of inches off of it, towards the stairs. Do you want to make an opportunity attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck that guy. That was wrong button. 26
That'll hit.
for 7 bludgeoning.
seems to not be as effective as you are intending, and it doesn't seem to notice. Basically, you kind of kick it in the pauldron, and the pauldron kind of loosens a bit, and then kind of snaps back into its position. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I have a 30 speed. I am dashing. I am behind you. I'm not deleting the token off the map. I'm just leaving it in its current position. It's going up to the next floor. And I will be reverting to that space. Okay. I'm going to quickly slide you forward. You're not forward. You're above. And then slide him down. So he is currently the accurate place for you and him. And then...
Oh, you copied the wrong one.
I sure did.
I got 2 ropes!
Oh my god. Copy when I copy you, please. I'll hit Control-C 1,000 times.
Not your day for copy paste.
If you can, switch screens on Twitch so that your viewers can see.
I'm going to. Since the downstairs is no longer important.
Ha, take that, you guys.
Yeah, nobody dies here.
Give you a minute.
Yeah.
You'll find a way.
Sorry, hold on. There we go. Alright. So, cool. Like I said, the ghost does not manifest at this point, but at the top of the initiative, the ghost will manifest fully. And I'll roll initiative for it.
Probably at the top.
Yeah. When this ghost manifests, you'll notice something about it, Raya. If it'll let me roll initiative for it. I think that might have worked.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. What you'll note is there appear to be a number of motes kind of floating around it. These motes, when they kind of move towards you, you can see that they have spectral kind of features, almost face-like. They seem to be tethered to it with some sort of kind of spectral bonding. There are a number of these little mote tethers, these face tethers, equal to the number of rebels you freed.
Neat.
All right. Descending. All right. Grok, you are first. I'll go ahead and, looking back down at the bottom there, what would you like to do?
I guess go up where to follow the knight towards where Raya is. Was it this way?
Yeah, and it's in a very narrow hole. The snake.
Can I stretch? Can you stretch out and go 5 square?
The snake is
stretch out?
too massive, girth-wise, to be able to fit in the hole.
Ha!
You are huge, and you would need to be large to squeeze, and you're just too damn big.
Just too damn big. So I just
your face, like your face, is too wide to just move through it at all.
Alright. So let's do this. We're gonna do bonus actions. We'll go out of wild shape. Fuck. Waste. And then I'll use my action to cast Cure Wounds on myself so I could fight it in this form.
Okay. Alright. It'll go to the ghost. It will step forward, so it's standing adjacent to you and ropes, mainly ropes. So I'm just gonna slide you over.
Is it Control or Alt to move them off the square?
Hold Alt while you're moving them, yeah. And since ropes is the grounded one, the creature will attack him.
We both have ready actions.
Go ahead and take him. Miss, hit, miss, Miss. And go ahead and knock it down a peg. Um,
What's under fine?
Poor. The creature steps forward. The single attack that hits does pretty solid damage.
Be 20 even because of the sneak.
It seems to kind of move through it, kind of tear a bit of its spectral form with it, but it doesn't seem to do what it's supposed to.
I didn't.
And the creature will then touch Ropes. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
$22.
Success. Touches him, and you can see this black pulse kind of shudder through Ropes. Ropes takes 22 points of necrotic damage.
On a success?
Yeah.
Dang.
Alright. That's it for the Wraith. Raya, you are up.
What was the flat space on the left side of the screen?
Flat space to the left side of the screen is a door.
That's a door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to spider my way across here.
Okay.
Here. Take another swing. 21 to hit.
That'll work. The piercing damage seems to be halved. The sneak attack damage will be coming from that, so it will be halved as well. 22, 11, and then 7 radiant, so 18. Okay.
And then... need something better to do with my bonus action. I'm pretty sure I can't hide from the ghost, right?
Not really many places to hide here.
I'll bonus action disengage.
Okay.
Move over here.
Alright. You'll see that the door appears to be barred. It does also look like it has a locking mechanism.
Barred on this side or barred on the other side?
Barred on your side. And it does have a locking mechanism. It appears that it's a double-sided locking mechanism, in that I mean it needs the key on either side.
You can lock it from either side.
Yeah. Alright, Raya's done. Shambles, you are up. And I know that you're currently seeing the initiative board and it's not showing everyone on the top level.
Sure.
Or the people who are on the top level are only seeing the Wraith's initiative. Just bear with me. I will tell you if you're up or not.
No, that's totally fine.
Ropes is on deck after Shambles.
Right.
I'm concerned about Benson. Those
I'm going to stay with Benson.
skulls are still... They're reforming somewhere on the bottom floor, right?
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure it was expressly noted. I mean, staying with Benson means you both get burst into flames. Yeah, this doesn't end well. Bonus action dash. I'm going up the stairs.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It'll take you 40 to get behind the statue, for lack of a better
Easy.
term.
Oh, might not have had to dash.
Yeah,
I misunderstood the distance.
It's fine. You didn't know it was going to be right at the top of the steps. And I will move you on over to the Cool Kids map.
You still didn't have to burn the bonus action to do it, though.
Technically, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and let you have an action, because I'm a nice guy. Technically, if you want to, you can move up to your speed and then take the dash action to double your speed to get the extra
Right.
oomph.
Thank you.
So I'll be kind.
He was doing it as a bonus.
Typically, when I say bonus action dash, it means I'm assuming that that's the distance it's going to take to get.
Right.
My fault. Right, you son of a bitch.
What?
It's your fault.
Flaming skulls.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to take attention of the robot man.
Okay.
Let me know how that goes.
You rush into the back of it, slam, slam, and you don't even feel any give on those attacks, and you kind of, and then jump up and snap kick its head, and you can feel a bit more of a connection there. It doesn't seem to be much of one. It seems to be resisting your attacks. All right. Ropes is up, and he is now officially in this spot with no other people. And real quick, just for those watching, they're not sharing a space. Raya's holding the space above him, and
no, Ryan's not there at all anymore.
Well, when that stuff happens, we're not saying they actually share space. Roll 20 just doesn't have a 3-dimensional thing, but yeah. What's Ropes doing? He is between a rock and a hard place. He could diagonally dip out towards the bed, but
a rock and a ghost place.
Yeah.
He still has to disengage as an action,
right? Yeah, he does not have cunning action yet.
No, he's a pretty tough dude. He's gonna swing on the robot thing, statue.
All right. He comes in, swings, and stabs, and he's just kind of catching armor. Sparks are kind of flying off of it, but what he can quickly identify is there are no scratch marks or indentations on the plate, and he realizes too that it seems to be made out of kind of a blackish metal, kind of like a deep kind of grayish colored metal, and he's kind of goes, fuck, it's made out of adamantine, as he kind of starts backing away, and then looking over his shoulder, shit. He is not in a good spot. Benson, since you've been kind of hiding and sitting back, and then you saw the skulls, I'm going to give you a free Arcana check. Go ahead and go.
17.
Thinking about it, you know that normal flaming skulls take an hour to recorporate. These might be hastened in some way, and might be able to do it a bit faster. But what you do know is if you want to destroy one, ultimately, and finalize the destruction and not allow it to rejuvenate, you need to perform a ritual on it with holy water, and basically destroy it as an action.
I ain't got holy water, so
I have it. If you tell Grok that I have 2 holy water?
I would say that that's the only way we could destroy it. They're getting up is why I would be. If I saw them, I feel that it would be something that would want me to say it, I guess.
Yeah,
didn't he roll a 22 in his Arcana for those things earlier?
Yes, I did.
He did, but that was when they were... That wasn't...
They were coming back together.
That wasn't for that. That was just to determine how long it would take. It was a different matter.
So anyway, Grok says, I have holy water.
I useful information about 12 minutes ago.
Out of character.
Yeah, I would.
It honestly should have taken longer for you to actually get that free roll there. I'm just giving it out because I see you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, I would definitely grab the holy water if I can and try to start doing the ritual on all of them to shut them up.
Okay, well, we're going to do that on a 1-by-1 basis because we're
That's fine.
at it. So the first one is like right at the base of the steps. Which
there are 2 that are right around the corner.
So you'll have to, during this turn, if Grok is doing his pass off on his turn, you can dash down to the one at the bottom and handle that one, or get to that one and then handle it next turn. Because again, we're still in a beat by beat. It's a bit messy, so if you're waiting for the handoff, you're delaying your turn, and then on your next turn you'll dash to the first available option.
Well, since I'm 8 and Grok is on 20, what if I run 2? Well, no, he would have to come to me.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. Do that.
Okay, so I will keep track of duration, what's successfully handled there. So it'll go to the statue. The statue will not disengage, just move away from shambles, and fly over ropes.
Possible.
Both can make an opportunity attack. And exactly 30 feet. Both attacks just bounce off the armor with no issue. it flies up to you on the ceiling. It's kind of just hovering below the ceiling a bit. And it brings its hand in the half sword up and brings it in for 2 attacks. First attack is a 20. Second attack is a 13. And
Uncanny dodge on the hits.
okay, so the damage halved would be 7. 14 total. So 7. Take 7. All right. It seems to have kind of a brighter redness in its frame. It's, again, armor that seems to be just hanging over this weird spell energy. And yeah, it's done. Grok, you would, as an action, kind of ferret out the holy water, presuming it's not on a belt ready to go, or is it?
I mean, it's probably in a cloak. No, it's probably not out now.
Yeah, so action, ferret it out, move action, move up to Benson. Benson, you take your delayed action, you grab that as for free, item interaction, and then you run down the stairs. You are standing over the Flaming Skull's remnants at the base, and you've pulled the cork, but you haven't started the ritual yet. You know there's a little bit to it. It'll be your action during the next turn to...
Totally fine.
Yeah, and he hands you both of them.
Right.
The holy waters.
So, just
during the next
my
turn,
knowledge...
Sorry, go ahead.
Will I be able to get all of them because there are 4?
Yeah.
So if I only have 2 holy waters, 2 are coming up anyway, right?
Make me a religion check, and I'll see if you know the precise measurements required.
No.
Yeah, you think you can get 2 for sure.
Okay.
All right. So Gronk done. It'll go back up to the Wraith. The Wraith will touch ropes.
This attack.
Concentration if I hit. Or Constitution if I hit. Yeah, I'm going to need that Constitution.
But is it a spell attack or what?
No, it's natural. Just to touch.
Okay. 8.
Failure. He'll take 24 points of necrotic damage, and because he failed, his maximum hit points will be reduced by an equal amount.
He's a 0.
So he's what?
0.
Oh, okay. 1 second. Okay, so he is dying, just normal dying right now. During the next couple turns, it might get a little darker, but yeah. All right, that's it for the Wraith. It'll go to Raya.
Does this thing feel like talking to me?
It doesn't seem to.
Okay. I'll unbar the door.
Okay, that'll be your action to do so.
Yeah.
It does not appear to be locked at current. It just appears to be lockable from both sides. So you can open it as you wish.
Okay, so it's unbarred.
Yep. Do you want to open it?
Sure.
On the opposite side is just mists, not too dissimilar from the weird room.
And I'll bonus action disengage.
Move into the mists.
No. I'm gonna go here, clinging to the walls of the stairs on the next, going up the next part.
Okay.
I'm only in that square, so I'm not actually up.
Shambles. You can look around the corner there. You can see that Ropes is down, and lingering over it is the ghost that I explained with the weird tethers. It is fully manifest, so you can physically see it. Its eyes are kind of glowing a weird, kind of eerie, like necrotic green, and his hands are kind of reaching down to touch Ropes. And you can see Ropes kind of, as the hands are getting closer, kind of spasm a bit. He is currently dying.
And Raya's climbing the stairs further?
You see Raya kind of up the stairwell.
I moved across the ceiling and I'm moving out of the way and watching. And I point at the moats and say, I'm pretty sure those are the people you set free downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see them now?
No.
You do see the
Do
moats.
I see the moats?
Yeah, you do.
I ignore it. Stepping over dying Ropes. I'm punching a ghost. Here we go. 12, 13, 20.
13 and 20 both hit.
6 and 7 for 13 damage. I'm going to go ahead and burn a key point again.
You'll note that this one appears to also have a strange resistance to your attacks, despite them being magical.
Super. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Ropes, death saving throw. Should just roll 20-sided dice. Since NPCs don't typically normally get them, but it's one failure. All right. Chody, as your action, you perform the ritual on this one. It's destroyed.
Yep.
You rush over to the next one and get the second bottle ready. I'll go ahead and give you another religion check to see if you can't maybe, after performing it once, you'll have advantage on this, to see if you can't maybe parse out the exact necessary amount. Still not so good on those rolls, my friend.
Okay, can I use inspiration?
Inspiration will give you the 9 instead of the 7.
All right, screw it. I don't care. Oh my god. Religion is stupid. Magic's where it's at. Screw science and religion. Freaking magic.
That's 3 sides to that coin now.
Yeah, that coin's a D6 halved. So Chody done. It'll go to the construct. The construct will move, and it flies over top of Shambles. It's on the ceiling, basically, on par with Raya. And you're just there, right? You didn't go all the way up, you just stopped there.
Right.
It's going to attack you. 10 probably misses, and 17?
17 is on the nose.
All right. You're going to take 12 slashing from that one. Have it with Uncanny Dodge. All right. Grok, go ahead and give me a religion check, because I'm assuming you're on like the railing watching.
Yeah. 11.
Okay. You don't think you can help him with the ritual process, but you think if the goal is to keep these things kind of broken up, you can keep on trying to break them as they reform. You might be able to buy yourself time, but ultimately you're not resetting the time. You're just kind of parsing out the time to be a little bit longer. So you're not generating a huge gap or anything. You're just kind of creating a little bit of a duration that might be useful. But it doesn't look like they're anywhere near their restructuring process. They're all just kind of in the same space, and pieces are kind of clicking into spots.
Okay, so there's still more time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that opportunity then to cast protection from energy on myself.
Mm-hmm. Fire again?
Fire for sure.
Okay.
And then I would move to, I guess, the location where they're reforming, so that I could use my next turn to sort of try to
bash them up,
prevent them from. Yeah.
All right.
So I don't know where that is exactly where I am.
No worries.
So.
I've got a mental picture of it, and we're not even looking at it on the stream, so it's all right. Raya, you are up. It looks like your way is now blocked by 2 robots standing on top of each other.
Hot. I guess I'll just swing on him.
That'll hit.
Who are you swinging at?
You.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, so the 18...
You better hope you kill me.
No, the bad robot.
The 18 should actually be 22, and then 22 halved.
A sneak. Is the sneak maxed?
No, the sneak is rolled twice, though. And let me actually get the right number there. So it'll be 18 plus 29. What's the total?
18, 29,
57?
47.
47. Halved is 23. And then the radiant damage, 19. That all goes in. All right. You kind of bring the Saint's Blade up and strike down into the construct. As you do so, you... Go ahead.
Why did I roll sneak attack twice if you only use one of them?
17 plus 11 is 29. 18 plus
28.
29.
28, okay.
Did
We're all bad.
Oh, did I say...
You did say.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. So what? One more point. I'll give you one more point.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Whatever.
One more point of radiant.
No. You lance into it, but you don't stab for the armor. You stab for the red weirdness. And when you catch it, you watch as the holiness kind of sparks, and you kind of lance into it, and light kind of bursts out from it, and it starts screaming from the wound. And it seems that it's the wound that is yelling out, and it continues to do so for as long as this thing is going to be alive, and it's still alive. Shambles.
Didn't like that.
He's directly above you, screaming, as Raya's fighting him on the steps, and directly beneath you is the dying body of Ropes, and the ghost is still reaching for Ropes.
Bonus action disengage.
Okay.
I hate to be that guy, but did the ghost take a turn?
No, he didn't. You're right. It would have gone before Raya. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attack my target.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll work. No rolls necessary. Ropes. You watch as his body kind of shrivels up a bit, and a mote of essence kind of comes out of him. And as it does so, it kind of tethers. Then you see the wraith kind of look at it, gesture, and another ghostial figure appears next to the wraith.
Did he kill him outright?
Is it Ghost Ropes?
Thumbs up them.
Did Ropes die?
Yeah, Ropes is dead.
Did he do enough damage to kill him outright, or did it just force a fail?
No. So what I did do is, since he is currently unconscious, he doesn't get Constitution saving throws versus my effect. And if his maximum hit point total is ever reduced to 0, he dies outright, and then I can turn him into one of these.
Oh boy.
So you blasted him. What'd you say?
How did you reduce his hit points to 0?
Maximum
He was down.
Because I crit him, and I dealt a total of 48 necrotic damage. So his maximum hit point total would have been reduced by 48 plus whatever it was reduced by before.
10.
Which is...
20, 22. 60 out of 72.
Oh, he's got 72?
Yeah, you didn't get him.
Well, it'll force his failed death saving throw then. He's got one...
Yeah, so he's got 2 fails now.
Fine.
No. You tell us what you're doing, because you're bad at math.
You're bad at math. So, Shambles.
Fucking...
You saw all that almost happen.
You see Ropes closer to dying than he
Yeah,
was
I had a
ago.
premonition of what was about to happen to Ropes.
Oh, boy.
I want to save him.
He'll be fine.
He will not.
No,
He will turn into an enemy.
He will not suck our XP anymore.
Super. I would have been 7. I would have been 7 today if he were here. Fuck this ghost.
Make it
Should
quick.
have killed him yourself then.
You're attacking the ghost? Or the construct?
Shouldn't I attack the ghost?
Which one do you want? Final
I
answer.
want to attack the ghost
All
because
right.
he's fucking with my pal here.
Go ahead and keep on. Those all will hit.
No. Gotta hold on to it.
4, 5, 4. So 13. Doesn't seem to do too much to it. Alright. And then anything else from you? And you said you disengaged. Where did you go?
Raya?
Yeah.
He dashed
I
across
walked
the
across
left side
the
of the
room.
screen again.
So, okay, this is going to be a bit awkward. Let me make sure I've got it, though. You would have had to drop down into Shambles space because you can't move through the construct.
No, because I'm still on the ceilings. I never left.
Neither the Hound Horror is on the ceiling as well. It is flying
He's
up
flying.
there with you. It's why he's on top of Shambles right now. He is blocking your ability to go in your normal routes. You would have had to drop down into Shambles space, then move here. And
No,
then
I can hug the wall over there.
hug the wall over. I'm just saying you have to get grounded for a second.
I'd be here first. I wouldn't have to go completely to the ground. I can go down, around the wall, back up, and over.
I got you.
I don't make it all the way across the room.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're bad at math.
You've got flying robots that are apparently only like 4 feet tall.
No, they're the same height as you. You're sharing the same. I mean, it's not flying standing up. It's flying kind of angled. It's Supermaning into you.
You know, this fantasy world you live in getting pretty hard to believe.
Ropes. Death saving throw. And if he fails, he's dead. Success.
Ha!
All right. And
He died. doing what he
Chody, you
loved.
would be standing over the second flaming skull and dump it. And then you'd be close enough to move over to the one of the other two remaining. And you can see Grok is up towards the one that is closest to him.
I'm out of water, right?
Yeah, you're done, but you can see that he's trying to break them up more and kind of separate them a bit.
I wouldn't want to get close. I would want
Swallow some of the skull fragments.
It's,
The only way to be
it's
sure.
still partial. I'll get to you in a second. I'll explain why I'm forcing you to do that for speed and prudence. The construct will move away from shambles. You can go ahead and take an opportunity attack.
The construct?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
It seems to be hell-bent on attacking Raya.
Yeah, I can't hit him.
Yep. And I'll go ahead and smash into Raya. 12 misses, 23 hits.
I have it.
Alright, so you're going to be taking 7 again. And it's done. Grok, you're spending your turn breaking up the thing. Go ahead and give me a just good old-fashioned intelligence check.
Okay. But just click intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, 7.
Anybody want to give him inspiration?
I think we have it.
I will.
I think.
Yay, thank you, Saga.
Actually,
All right. So
Oh, thank you, Chris.
you realize that if a part of it is away from it, it might be easier to keep it from reforming. So you reach down and grab the jaw and rip it off and put it into your pouch. And as you kind of move away from it, you watch as the bone pieces kind of skitter after you, reforming into the top of the skull, but chasing after you for its bone jaw. So long as you
Nice.
keep moving in a circle, if you want, it won't be able to reform.
I can do that. It's a good game of keep away.
Straight up having Adam's family values downstairs.
bring that jaw up here and put it inside of this construct.
All right, now I kill him because the wraith goes.
Missed.
No, yeah, that hits. He will do the thing that I was doing the first time, but
How much damage?
it would be a total of 19 necrotic damage.
Barely made it.
And unfortunately, Ropes is now dead.
You blasted ropes.
I'm sorry. You
Is that what you've been doing this whole time, John?
kind of...
Just trying to blast ropes?
Sitting over there blasting ropes.
You kind
I
of...
can't believe you look us in the eye, just blast ropes.
Raya, you're up.
Stab.
Okay.
18 to hit.
Glances off of its armor.
Disengage.
All right. Shambles, it looks like the Wraith's attention has turned to you.
Fair. I have been wailing on him pretty regularly. Did I get pushed back?
Yeah, I can still grab yours. I'll try to get mine out from under. I got yours. I'll go back. I am 3 squares down the steps.
Down the stairs? Not up, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Down.
So that should actually put you on the first map. Okay. I will move you over there. You should have your
Just
touch.
leave it.
Okay.
Just leave it.
That's fine. Shambles.
Right, just run away.
Yeah.
No, there's a gap in between us. That's it. You can still see me.
Are you following or are you staying?
I can't fight this alone. I can barely hit either of them.
Disengage and run?
Yeah.
I'm right behind you. You can still see me. It's
Yeah.
just he keeps following me. So I hit him, I move. I hit him, I move.
Even still, I am going to die. I need to move.
You're good at it.
Huh?
You're good
I
at
am
that.
super good at it, but it's you and me versus a third guy you brought into the fight for them.
Real quick, for narrative purposes, what will happen is the following. Raya, you are down at the bottom of the steps. You said you moved 15 down the steps. Shambles, you book it. You straight dart down the steps, right?
Sure.
I mean, because that sounds like what you were thinking about doing.
It's gotta be.
The Wraith and the Ghost don't seem to follow in on you. The statue does. And when it gets to the base of the steps, Raya, you kind of step out and kind of move towards your group to see what's happening. You watch as the statue stops at the base of the steps, raises its sword into a defensive posture, and holds its position there. It does not pursue you any longer. But in this current state of it, you watch the red light change from the red to the initial purple that it was in before.
Probably healed it too. It's bullshit.
I'm gonna pick up the top of the skull that's chasing Grok.
All right. We're going to go ahead and call the session because we did go a little over, and I apologize for that. But we're going to call the session out, and we will start back up on the second floor of the Mage Ears Tower next week. Thanks for watching. All right. Goodbye.